Hey, it's Sam from WA Production, and today we're going to upgrade our synth bus from this to this. We want to transform our dull, digital sounding synth bus into a sizzling vintage layer that sits much better within our mix. And we're going to do that with Ignition, the new single page FX toolkit crafted to add instant heat and sizzling spice to tracks. We're going to use all 6 of Ignition's modules to transform our sound. We'll use subtle settings on each, which all combined together create a huge difference sonically. Make sure you're listening on headphones or decent monitors. Now let's take a closer look at Ignition. Before we begin, let's adjust a couple of settings. Let's turn on the auto gain control so Ignition automatically adjusts volume changes. We can also rearrange the signal path so that the compressor goes at the end, as that works best for this particular application. Let's also turn off the mono maker as I want to preserve the stereo width of the synth bus. To finish, let's up the input gain so Ignition can work properly and adjust the out accordingly. For the saturation module, let's try to find a model with some vintage grit. A transistor will do just that. With the mix pulled down, the effect works well without overwhelming us. The clipper works best in soft mode and with subtle settings for a nice high end. For EQ, our sound needs some boosting, so let's add some body to the low. And clarity to the high. Cleanup reduces unwanted peaks in the spectrum, which in a synth bus is quite the problem. We want this to sound as transparent as possible though. With the transients, let's increase the pluckiness of our synths and reduce the tails for a punchier sound. Let's finish off our bus with some classic tube compression to contain all of this brightness. For some final global settings, roll off the bottom to remove boom. And just a tad on the top to remove excessive fizz. Let's push up the stereo width a little too. Now let's hear a before and after in the context of a full track to hear the effect Ignition has. So as you can hear, Ignition has provided some serious heat and sizzle, allowing our synth bus to poke through above the drums and bass, but without taking up too much of the frequency spectrum. Ideal for mixing. As you probably guessed though, Ignition doesn't just work on groups, it adds serious punch and high-end sheen to individual tracks too. Go and try it out for yourself. Head to waproduction.com and grab Ignition today.